So, uh, those who for those who know me, know that I the first brand I started with, the first brand I started building was a company called Autumn House Entertainment, and it was in its inception, it was a multimedia production platform. Well, multi not platform, a multimedia production company, and the goal was to produce the multiple forms of media. And I came up with the idea. Just the idea, the concept was this house of creatives, right? That's where the house in the name comes. Autumn, besides it being my favorite season, autumn is the season of change. It's it's one of the seasons where you kind of see the lifeline of things, where you can see like a leaf go from bright green to orange to red to brown, then it crumbles and it falls apart. And I found that to me that was a reflection of what storytelling was, right? So it that's where the name Autumn House comes from. And I wanted to build this company where I had all these different creatives and we did everything in house and we didn't have to outsource much. And I was working this job. I was working this job up at a place called Mary Knowles. And I was doing janitor work. And I was reading at the time. I was reading Think and Grow. What is it? Think and Grow Rich.
Hmm.
And there was a line in that book where he wrote, you have to you have to cross the bridge. Like when you cross the bridge, you have to burn it so that you have no opportunity to turn back. Right.
Right.
And that when I read that, I was like, oh man, it really, really hit me. So I quit my job. I quit my job and I was like, all right, I'm gonna pursue this, I'm gonna figure this out. And essentially I had another business idea I was working on before that, but then artist that we ended up that we still work with, Taylor Moore, she came to me with this project that she had wrote. Um this EP, R&B EP called With Love, and she told me she wanted to produce it and put it out, and she came to me because she knows that I was heavily in music and making music and just my network. I had a big network within the music industry at that point at a more underground level. Um, so I kind of sped up the process on Autumn House so that we could take on that project. And that was kind of the birth of it. And I really just reached out to all my friends. I reached out to all the people around me who were creatives, who I knew were musicians, who even wanted to maybe it, to my experience with them, want to pursue a career in the music industry. And I was like, hey, I'm doing this company. I could use, I need some help. So I brought along Biko, who's a big part of the entire structure and what manifested with Autumn House. Now we have the Be Free Studios in Brooklyn. Um, there was Leo, who's the co-owner of the company. Uh, and that was kind of it. And Taylor Moore actually doubled as a photographer as well in the company. And then artist wise, she was also an artist. Then we had Elijah Rhodes. Then we had Stevie Q. Who else do we have? That was kind of it. We like when I was trying to build a roster as far as it, but it just started with Taylor Moore. Elijah Rhodes didn't come till months later, and we took him on as the flagship artist, because he was more consistent at the time and had more music. um and just not more music, just more of a like the career path as far as, okay, this is what we were going to do. And yeah, that was kind of it, the beginning of it. So with what Autumn House Entertainment did, that With Love project, Taylor Moore's first EP, um I I developed this curriculum kind of how to put out projects, right? So it was like I brought in this whole team of creatives, and we would be in the studio, and then we would just kind of carve out the records, give input, what we thought worked, what didn't work, and we would build the records like that. And then for every record we did, we would do photo shoots. I started filming the music videos. I did all the branding. I did all the brand identity. So it's like Taylor Moore's brand. I would focus on what to highlight with her as a brand, as the brand, and then I built the, the brand concepts on the internet, brand concepts in person when she performed. Um, and I did the websites, I did merch, I did we built this whole ecosystem around the artist, because
Right.
the goal was always to create an ecosystem for the artist so that they can then move forward with that ecosystem. You know what I mean? And because the- most of I come from being an artist, so my experience was there was nobody to help. You know what I mean? Like when I was trying to be an artist, I had nobody to help. There was nobody offering studio time. There was nobody offering mentorship. There was nobody offering anything. I didn't even understand branding till I was a grown man trying to build a business around it. And I was like, I wanted to be an element in that space for artists and local artists and upcoming artists, amateur artists who didn't have the information. So I would provide the business structure, I would provide the branding structure, the creative structure. I just wanted the artists to be artists. Like hold your own, but I understand. Like I come from where the structure isn't there, so now you have a structure. You have somebody who's invested into the projects. So if we really believed in the project, I rarely charged the people I worked with. I wasn't charging them anything for my services. I took a percentage of the projects we worked on, and a percentage of the brand, because we were building it from ground zero. So it was like we're all starting off with just ideas and vision and motivation. And music videos, music videos get expensive. So for me, if the artist could cover the venue, cover props, cover all of that, then I would do the videos and everything for free, and photo shoots, all that for free. And I would help sometimes with studio sessions and all that. So it was really just believing in, the foundation was believing in artists and being able to leverage ourselves as a brand and company uh for the artists, for the artists to thrive, because we believed in them. And yeah, Autumn House was that. In it ultimately, the goal was to have an incubation program within Autumn House where artists could pitch ideas, and if we liked it, we took it on, and then we would give that whole process through. With Taylor Moore was the beginning of what that felt like. After Taylor Moore, then the many projects we did with Elijah Rhodes and Stevie Q. Soup like Soul Pop, man. She was somebody I worked with as well. So as after Taylor Moore was like, okay, this is how we gonna build this and apply this, and Elijah Rhodes, we built this and apply this way. Then it became, okay, this is an incubation we have an incubation service, or hub, where it's like, how do we take people's ideas and turn it into something? Um, yeah, all that I'm trying to think of what else was in that process, because it's like I want to highlight all the minor details, but that conversation would be forever. But in the sense of the origins of the company, and like what it was, and why it was really about, for me, being providing a service in a industry that was missing a bridge from the local amateur artists to the professionalism of the industry. And that's where came in, really, as a sense of being, if we believe in you, we invest in you. And I think that's what a lot of local artists, what independent amateur artists need. Um Yeah, man, those are the humble beginnings of Autumn House. We could go into the treachery of it a little later, but